That was an interesting point you just made about Black
Hate
Lives
crimes and racism.
Matter, Bunny Pod.
That was a very strong positive
Black Lives
affirmation
Matter.
for hating everyone that isn't your race,
Yeah.
of which we've
Yeah.
never stated.
Yeah.
So we just hate everybody.
But
Yeah.
your privilege is really coming through in the way you speak.
I am the superior race.
Ah, he said it. Keep that bit
Play
in.
PC.
Picking up enemy transmission signals. Be careful.
Oh, here's a thing that I think you gotta use.
As an
Oh, right.
aboriginal.
Should've fucking, oh, hello.
I've been informed that the Vulgus transmission system has
Got caught up in
buried
making
the
pretend racism jokes and
This means
forgot
there must
that
be
this
an
was meant to be
enemy
a video
command
to be
center
recorded.
somewhere.
Hello.
Oh, you can get on the roof.
We're still playing this because Minipod is still leveling up. And in order to try to let him have a good time, I'm trying to kill less. Legit, on the other hand, is an absolute beast.
It's entertaining. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, so as you can see, Bunnypod is now level 5. So it's been
What's
a
down
productive
here?
half hour at the beginning. He's gone into that basement where there's nothing. I don't know if I should tell him.
Ooh, munitions.
Okay,
Oh
I
my
guess we should
goodness.
just finish this mission because I don't know if he's coming back.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
Get the loot. Get the
When
loot.
will
even though it's
justice
low
be
level.
served?
unit. If we defeat him, the
Powerful
result
unit.
I'm at the unit.
signals.
Oh,
Whoa.
mission complete. Hey.
He was a powerful unit.
Oh my goodness.
This must be like an intentional tactic of the game to make people get more addicted to this, because being able to come back and just like bitch slap things that used to be like hard to kill.
And still get experience?
Oh good. Alright.
Where am I going?
You're the only one who can tell us that.
I have to wait for them to finish talking.
Who's talking? Well,
Nell.
I guess I can't hear it, so... Oh, right, all that. Nell's also
Oh, there it is.
quite attractive.
mission.
I like her.
No.
You know who I like? Greg.
Me.
He's grown on me.
Greg's my dad. I mean, I just find it odd. Like, because... Is it like a translation mishap? And it was meant to be a much cooler name, but it just came out as Greg?
I don't know.
Because there's a guy... Someone recorded the voice for that guy. And was like, I am Greg.
Greg.
And didn't question it. Was just like, are you sure my name is Greg? Oh, look, we're making our first, Wait, did you pick private or did you pick public?
Public.
Okay, cool. It'll fill up the empty slot with someone else.
Yes.
Yeah, this is our first, I guess, this game's version of strikes.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna try to slow down so that you get a chance to enjoy it.
Well,
Which would be great if you were
legit,
here.
so it's unlikely.
Alright, I'll wait for him to come back. Okay, there he is.
Are we too late?
Nice, alright, let's go. And
Mastery rank up. Sweet. Level 6.
it's already fucking
I just got you.
Even the
welcome.
magisters who work
Thanks,
to do
legit.
research have said that full data
Freaking
extraction
loot
is
beast.
impossible.
yeah, so these are the instance
Magisters.
dungeons like
just-
strikes.
I'm just running and then my XP bar is just going up.
Oh yeah, that's
More
fantastic.
importantly, the enemy is
But
after the
yeah, these are
ancestors'
the ones that
data
I think
as
you
well.
repeat more often
Can anyone think
to
why?
collect like special loot and stuff.
My only guess is
But again, that's basically just like Destiny did with their
Yeah, but it
strikes.
doesn't seem too flashy like Destiny, because Destiny has a lot of lights going on, and you kind of don't really know what you're doing.
Yeah,
That's what I think.
I mean, look, I think Destiny, is a very pretty game to watch, right? Like it's made, it feels like Halo, especially the gunplay. Having that Halo feel to it was a big thing for me. That made the game easy to grind for a long time.
Were successful with their extraction.
But
That can't be right. If it were possible
this
to
game
fully
looks nice
extract
too,
data, then the
right?
magisters
The
would
environment's
have
really
already
good.
done it.
All the
Until recently,
graphical
it
extras
would
you
have
get
been
with like
impossible for the Vulgus as well.
DLSS and stuff.
However, if they
Yeah.
have
Hope it
someone
run
on their
well,
side
too.
who is very familiar with the Ironheart,
Need a
and
PC
it will have been
upgrade.
achievable.
The shaders are still an issue.
From the Ironheart to military
I mean,
applications, electronic warfare
the issue is not my
capabilities can be
GPU.
improved.
It's this poor little i5 that's having
Everything
the
else trying
problem.
to keep up.
Yeah. Oh, I missed.
Yeah, there you go. Look at you go. Aw. What a badass. Oh, so tough.
You know, I'm just gonna stand here.
Look out behind you. Hey, level 20. Wait, why am I level 20? Why am I
Why are
level
you
20
level
but legit is level 18?
It's because you were doing to me
switched
what I'm
back to
doing to Bunny Pod right now. Killing everything.
No, but he's still getting XP.
Yeah, but you switched back to Bunny, right?
Yeah, my levels on Bunny are different from the levels on the other girl.
Resurrection.
Don't tell her I
limit.
forgot her name. She'll be
Already.
so angry. It was a very strange name. Like Valley
Rebecca.
or Valerie or something. Viessa.
Where the frick?
Valerie was more normal than the name she actually has. Alright, are we fighting Greg?
Oh, mastery rank up again.
Wait.
Wow,
Where's
you're
Greg?
doing so well.
You are just thrashing them.
I'm gonna get to level 7 in like another minute.
Can only hope. But obviously it will start to get slower the farther along we get.
Yeah. I'm sure it was a lot slower when you guys started.
not
To be
really.
honest, not really. I think even if we weren't here, you'd still get through it pretty fast. Like these first normal parts are very generous with how everything plays out. Like your abilities will feel really strong. The crowds of enemies that do appear are very like paced out. So you just fight small groups at a time. Presumably when we played on a harder difficulty, it will be much more like you have to work
Difficult?
together and use your abilities properly and stuff like that. But here it's like you can just dick around. It's basically the same. I'll let you do it.
Beep boop boop beep boop beep bop bop bop.
This terminal also does not contain the ancestors' data.
Oh yeah, we're doing
However,
this thing.
Descendant, I sense the
boss man.
transmission of the ancestors' data.
Yeah, where's
is
Greg?
happening
I've
close
accidentally.
by. That is
Greg.
most likely where the enemy command center
Oh.
is located.
Wow.
As the enemy sealed off Kingston's network,
they
transmitting
disappear.
data over a long distance would have been impossible.
Ooh.
This means we still have an opportunity to retrieve the ancestors' data.
Retrieve the ancestors' data.
Alright.
Yes,
Mission complete.
Cortana.
Hey! Mission complete.
Hey, this isn't the one with Greg.
Rank up.
Boo.
I think is that the next one?
Where am I going?
Guess so. All right, then wait.
We're
We're done
gonna
now.
hold G
So
to move to
yeah,
LB.
just make sure you've picked everything up first. Like if you have any loot that you need to collect,
I already
or
did.
you know,
It just did it anyway. Hey, rank
okay.
up available. What does that do?
oh, your hand rank went up.
You've got to go back to Albion and play with the big hand.
So
That will
where
make
do
more
I-
sense when you get back. Was it hold G, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Back to Albion. I'm still loading. It's great. It's
Did you play
amazing.
much Destiny when it came out, Bunny Pod? Because I know legit said
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
but I thought you would have because after Halo, that was their hey, look at this, and then
Yeah, I don't know how many hours I put into it, like 20 or 30 hours. It's not
Did you-
much.
did you play both? Like 1 and 2?
I think I played... No, I played more 2 than 1, actually.
Oh, the hand thing's over here. When
And
you're done loading in.
hand?
The mastery rank thing. It's
Oh.
like a symbol that looks like a hand, and you get over here and it's just a big ass hand. On top of another big ass hand, and you're gonna be in that
Oh,
big ass
you can-
hand.
You can raise the master rank by earning master rank XP. Okay, next. No, okay. Raise your mastery. Yep, cool. Yep, you've met requirements. Yep, sweet.
Which one person do you go to like dismantle your modules? Oh, is it? I don't know.
If it's
Too many
just
people.
dismantling, you should be able to do it in your inventory on your own. Oh, there's a guy here with the name Jeff. How perfect.
Why am I in a hand? Or hands?
It's telling you how you're becoming the next level of handiness. I don't know. It's like a guy doing a Hadouken.
Or the super.
So you played more Destiny 2 than 1.
Yeah.
Does that mean when Destiny 1 came out, did you play it when it released, or?
I sticked with Halo and replayed everything.
Okay.
In Heroic and Legendary.
Interesting.
That was
I
a
was
lot of fun.
playing. I played Destiny 1 from the beginning, I think until the very end, and not a lot though. I only got to do the final raid, like once. What was it called, the Tower of Glass or something like that. But played it quite a lot, and then they made Destiny 2. Then I got into that as well. But have you wait? Did you play Destiny 2 from the beginning?
Yeah.
Alright, so have you played Destiny 2 recently?
Nope.
It is so insanely different, like... It's basically unrecognizable.
Really?
Did you hear
'Cause
that they like removed content from the beginning parts to like... I don't know how they like make this work out, but they took out a lot of the story missions from the beginning. And then I think replaced it with DLC content if you bought it, but if not, you just got like strikes and the usual stuff. Or something dumb like that.
That's weird.
It's very strange. I think they were trying to make it more approachable for new players coming in, but it just seems more like we're just getting rid of things so that our servers don't have to hold it.
Oh, the special human child.
That was pretty alright.
What do you need?
Anus is also alright. I gotta wait 3 more hours for this.
Oh,
ultimate
talking.
gun. Oh, I basically went off on my own. Where are you?
I'm doing the story.
Right. So you're probably...
Without any leads.
this way.
Why is everyone so beautiful?
Trying to help it. I was born this way.
Other people got Maybelline. I was actually born this way.
Yeah.
Money.
But yeah, I can see why this game had been compared so often to Destiny 2 and Warframe. Although we didn't play Warframe that much. It was very like a brief stint.
Yeah. It was still fun though.
I liked it.
Weird.
I didn't have the time to grind it
Yeah.
because these games are so demanding of time that even if they're good, it's also like I like
You
playing
lo-
other games. I get bored quickly.
You lose so much of your life trying to like get that extra level, get this one particular item based on RNG.
Like, I think it would be fine if I didn't play other games. If I was like only ever gonna play one game. Like people who play World of Warcraft are probably more comfortable with the idea of just playing World of Warcraft to the point that they would pay for it. You know? Like,
I want to get into that.
you want to?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I did early
very
on,
big.
and then I didn't continue from that. But I want to.
So you did play it for a while.
I did, yeah.
Oh. Legit? Have you ever played World of Warcraft? I'm
He would
guessing
hate it.
No.
I know he'd hate it.
Well, like, I don't know. If he's never tried it, he might find out that he likes it. It is a game
No.
that you loot a lot.
I do like loot.
Think of RuneScape.
Never played it.
I never played RuneScape.
Oh my gosh.
I know of RuneScape, but that was another case of... Well, no, look. RuneScape is a very big game. And it was also a browser game when I already had consoles and the computer and stuff. It became very hard to justify stopping actual video games to play it. Like, actual boxed games on an Xbox compared to
You know what we should
RuneScape in a
do?
browser.
We should just record RuneScape.
Come on, we're done for the day. Time to go. Where? The round for your
Tell you what, if anyone watches
Seems
this
like-
video far enough, they can tell us if they want us to do that, and then we'll consider it. But
I'll comment on this video. I'll be
it's
like, I want us to
what
do
could we
it.
possibly bring attention to in RuneScape that would matter? I know nothing about the game.
I
Legit
barely
doesn't know
know.
anything about it and probably doesn't want to play it. Like,
Then he will never play WoW.
oh look, I think there's
Probably rather play WoW than RuneScape.
the way RuneScape was a
looked- he
game that
Googled it.
if you didn't want to play with other people, it was fine. But WoW is a game that you'll only truly love playing if you want to play with a lot of other people. Because all of the best things you can do in WoW, you can only do if you're part of like a guild, if everyone's active.
Oh,
Like to work up to that
Capsized
level is
Bacon
what
guild.
would happen. Oof.
Is it a guild if it has one person in it?
I mean, you need to have a leader for a guild.
Yeah,
So,
but
yes.
that's still just one person. Hi, I'm the guild master. I'm also the guild member.
Our weekly meeting starts now.
Look,
Ooh,
if it was
conversation.
feasible, I would also like it, but having to pay for it every month and having the game be at its current state, I guess unless you play like the classic version, it's a bit hard to justify. Like unless you're already heavily into the ecosystem in some way. But everyone that I used to play with probably doesn't play it anymore. And when I played it, I guess this might be like an interesting story or what. So I did play World of Warcraft for a pretty long time, but I have never in my life had a subscription to it.
Oh yeah, I don't think I'd pay, but I know that there's like a level 70, I think is the cap for free, and also to certain areas.
No, that would be Final Fantasy Realm Reborn. That one you can play the whole thing, everything's unlocked up to a certain level. And then I think even though you can still engage in a lot of stuff, you can never hit the max cap.
Ah,
But in World of Warcraft, if you want to be on the server at all, you have to be on a subscribed account.
I see.
But I never subscribed, and I never had a quote-unquote my own account. What happened was
What you're saying is you're a pirate.
No, I played it legitimately on the official servers. It wasn't
Ooh.
pirated. The account I was playing was paid for. But I had a friend that I met through work. So he was like the money guy, and I was working at a game store. I won't name it, but there's only so many game stores that existed in Australia. So I worked for one of them for a pretty long time. And part of the job was I would have to get a money guy to come to handle change and stuff like that, which you guys would
Yeah.
probably know as well if you worked retail. Or even Macca's has like a similar system, right? You have a civilian-dressed banker of sorts who will come in and handle changing your notes and depositing.
Yeah.
So the guy that I
guy
had,
with the gun who'd come in.
yeah, basically that. The guy that I had was also a big gamer, so whenever he came in, like all of his other clients that he had to pick up from, it was just like a business transaction. But every time he came to visit our store, because we're a game store, he would hang out for like an hour and we just talk games. So after a while, he's the one who brought up World of Warcraft to me, and at that point, it had never crossed my mind that I'd ever want to play it. So when he introduced it to me, and he was like, "You're working at a game store, surely you'd play this," and I was like,
No.
"Like, no, look, it is on a." Having to pay for it has always been the factor for me because I like being able to buy a game at the beginning. Give them the money and get my game, and then we're done, right? But
Transaction over.
Yeah, getting over the having to pay for it on a subscription basis was still new, and back then, like no other games were really making it work. You know, except maybe like I think EverQuest was the first MMO that had that kind of pay model that I think was relatively popular. You probably never played EverQuest. That was like way back. Like predating
It sounds
World of Warcraft.
familiar.
So when he brought it up, I said like, I like the idea. I like Warcraft because I did like the other Blizzard games, but
I like crafting and I like war.
yeah, it's well like, wait, you do know Warcraft is an actual game, right? Yes. Okay, cool. All right, so that game.
Hey, level up
So I
again.
said I do like Warcraft. I just can't really justify being on a subscription for a game. Because now I'm like, I'm paying to give them my time, and that doesn't sit for me. And he's like, oh, how about this? he was a very big World of Warcraft player. And by big, I mean like he was a guild leader, he had multiple members and stuff like that. He was very cemented in the system. And he was like, I own multiple accounts because when no one's around, I do raids by myself, basically. So he would...
Wow.
He has like...
It's practically legit.
I've never found out how many accounts he had, but he had at least 3. And each account holds like 8 characters or so, and he had already been like making different builds and stuff like that. So he's like, what if I just give you one of my accounts? Like he paid and made an account for me and said, just play with me. I'll handle all of the money and stuff, and you join my guild and just help me do stuff.
That's that's really the idea of like, oh, he doesn't have friends, he pays people to be his friends.
He had plenty of people who were already playing, and like he just made friends through the game stuff, but he loved this game. So for him, he was like, if I can expand my guild and get people to play with again, because I think at that time, how well do you know World of Warcraft expansions?
I know that every time there's an expansion, there's a cool trailer that comes out.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. So,
and it's pretty.
Yeah,
it's like Star Wars: The Old Republic when they release a cinematic, and it's the most beautiful thing known to man.
Yeah. Well, like every time they made an expansion, it usually came with things like a whole new tier of content. You reach a new level cap and stuff like that. And some of them would be particularly, I guess, like world-changing. And then there was one expansion called Cataclysm, which was probably the first big one and like one of the more controversial ones that happened. So when I played, that was what had just happened, and a lot of the people that my mate used to play with had stopped because they didn't like what was happening with the way things were changing. They were making a lot of gameplay decisions that were meant to make it more accessible, which is usually a bad sign when a game's lasted that long and then it hits that point. You start making a lot of people upset because you're trying to get new players. So at that point, there wasn't that many people playing with him.
Oh, why don't we start the same mission?
Oh man, doesn't let you quit it. I guess if we bum rush it, we could probably finish it again.
Yeah, let's just do it. Keep your story.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So at that point, a lot of his guild had like decided to take a break from the game to see if another expansion would make them want to play again. So me and a bunch of the other guys I worked with were all like, okay, let's give this a shot and see if we like it. Everyone else bought their own account because I was the only one that said no, I don't want to do it. So it did change my mind when it was like, okay, now I'm basically being paid to play. Because the subscription price for WoW wasn't like anything to laugh at. It was like, at the time, I believe $17 for a month.
It's still pretty expensive.
Oh yeah, well, because I think by now it's the people who have put too much time into it, where it becomes like, I can't stop now because all that work would be for nothing if I stopped now. So then I started to play it at that point. So I had never played World of Warcraft before then. Do you remember much about how the game plays?
I know it's it's
a lot of button pressing.
Yeah, it's practically you get dedicated macro buttons to like tie to skills or items, and then
Yeah, well, because you'd get like your hotbar if you've seen like any World of Warcraft screenshot of like raid hotbars, and it's just like three rows of a buttload of columns, and then you have like a list on the side of everyone in a fight, and there's like 30 people. Yeah. And then the boss health is at the top, and you've got all this crap happening on the screen that you have to keep track of.
I know someone who bought like an extra like macro like dedicated like
a lot of people did that
keypad, and it's just like bound all of the different skills to each part of it, and you would just like clack 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 clack.
Or you could get mice like the Razer Naga that had a numpad built onto the side, so your thumb could hit all the numbers. So yeah, when I played and I hadn't worked out how any of the game worked, it had a similar kind of build up like this, where at the beginning you don't have to be super good at the game, you just sort of get used to the rotation of content and things that you do. Like grinding, doing dungeons, doing like mining and resource gathering. And
Yeah,
at that time, I got so insanely good at the game that like at the time in Cataclysm, there were a lot of raids that were made for smaller groups of people, like 4 to 8 to 12, and then like building up as you got to higher level raids. I could do an 8-man raid with myself tanking, and everyone else in the team not being high enough level to actually beat it, and we'd win because I wouldn't die. But the way that you would not die in the game is like the better you are at managing your cooldown rotations. So every ability you have has like a different time that will finish being done, and then you have to do things in a certain order. You have to control aggression from the enemies in a certain way. And my friend just basically mentored me through the whole process. And then I could do dungeons, like 5-man dungeons, and basically out DPS all the DPS, out heal the healers, and just do the whole thing on my own. Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, it takes some real skill to do that.
I don't know. I think it's the process of hitting buttons was just really resonating with the way that I play games, because it didn't waste my time. I would just look at how numbers moved and how long things took, and as long as I did everything in the right order, I didn't have to wait for anyone to tell me what to do. And that's usually what I prefer. But yeah, so I ended up playing Warcraft for like 3 years, maybe?
I should like take a few weeks off and then just dedicate my whole life to it.
I think it's very hard pressed to make it work now, because you either play the current World of Warcraft, where it's got a lot of different expansions put on, so the game's state has changed dramatically, and getting things like the level 60 or level 80 booster, whatever it is that they put it at now, it's very common to... Oh man, you guys are really far away. I've walked to the wrong waypoint. Like, if you play the way Warcraft is right now, it's a very weird experience compared to what it used to be.
I think there are 2 versions, right? There's the classic one, and then there's the improved one.
Well, okay, improved will probably make a lot of people unhappy to hear you say
the
that,
modernized one.
It is the original version, and then there's the classic one, which retreads the old versions of the game.
It's
so what
very similar to, like, RuneScape has 2 different versions.
Yeah, RuneScape has their classic and their not as well received modernization. But for Warcraft, it was after they got through enough expansions where the world and the game changed too much. A lot of the older players were like, we want the old experience where you had to do everything the hard way, right? Like, the game was a lot more difficult in general, and they made a lot of things easier to make it easier for newer players to get into it.
Yeah.
So Classic now is filled with all of those die-hard players who want that difficulty and that kind of experience. And then the new version is just I don't know if it's meant to be the majority of players now, but the one that if people are playing for the storyline and keeping up with everything, they're probably still there. Or people who invest too much money into the game already are there. But I guess if you want to play it, again, as long as you don't mind paying for it and you can play it enough to make it feel like it's worth it.
Well, you can still play the free version to quite a way into it. Yeah, like, you don't need to pay for it at the beginning. If you really want to get into the extra content, like, of course it costs a subscription, but you can still get quite a number of hours. Like, as I mentioned, I think it's either level 50 or 75 before you have to pay to get higher.
I didn't know that they did that for a while already. Well, back when I checked, it was never that way. It was you either pay or you don't play it.
Yeah, I think they added a level cap, which means you're like limited to the first like few seasons, I think. I'm not sure. I'd have to read up on it. I could be completely wrong.
I mean, look, if you want to try it and you do have that, then I would recommend it. I would recommend trying it at least once, because it's too
It is like 100 gig or something.
Oh, you'll get over it. We've downloaded Call of Duty before.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Couldn't do it again.
Whether or not Legit would like it, like, this is the thing, right? I feel like, given how many hours he's put into The Division,
I think he'll lose his life.
If he gets into it and he likes it, we'll just never see him again. Because Well, I think WoW, if you can be perpetually in a game, it is one of the games where you benefit a lot from it. It's like the amount of
Well, I
time
think-
you'll spend on gathering shit, especially. Like, it's very profitable in the game because you can sell everything on the auction house. But it just
I
requires
think
a
what I
lot
like
of time.
about the Division is it's like kind of like realistic with guns.
Ah, okay. So aesthetically, you'd probably not care for Warcraft then. Well, that's probably for the best. I think
It's-
That is probably for the best.
I have known people, like especially some of the guys that I played with during that time when all of my workmates got into it, who became like they lived in the game basically. Was not healthy for them. I mean, they had fun, I'm sure, but
Mad
it
respect.
wasn't worth it.
Oh,
But yeah, I feel like if this is a very big, like, impossible if you happen to have 20 friends who will all play together,
that's
and
all
all
of you to
say,
assume that
"Hey,
I have even friends.
I want to play World of Warcraft." Well, that's what I mean. I think for anyone, it's a very unreasonable thing to think that they'll have that many people just ready to go and want to play World of
I
Warcraft.
think it's unreasonable
But if
to
you
have
could,
friends.
and you could experience the actual big raids, those are the best fun. I never got to, yeah, like the Leroy Jenkins thing. Those fights are fun because
Ooh,
like
hello.
the stakes for you doing well like reach an all-time high, and it really is a matter of if one person makes a mistake, everybody fucks it.
Yeah, it's over. It's that good team coordination right there.
Well, it is like the back then when Discord wasn't. I don't even know if Discord existed back then, and people used TeamSpeak
I think it was
or
TeamSpeak
Ventrilo.
back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TeamSpeak
And,
was
you would have
quite a common
20,
one.
20, 30 people in there. There'd be like tiers of people all sorted out to their groups, like the subgroups that they'll join in the raid.
Wow, I didn't
Right.
even do anything and they're all dead.
All of that was what I think, if you play World of Warcraft now, that is the only reason that I would say anyone, like if you can do it, those are the best parts of the game. It's just really hard to get that now. Because all the people who, like the guilds that were building up back then are probably, I guess, not as invested in doing that anymore. They'd surely have everything they want by now. But things like when a new raid would come out, and then everyone would race to see who could do it first, and all the biggest guilds would be like
It's
trying to get there as fast as possible.
Path of Exile is very similar to that too. It's you got the forum gold, like you got the forums where they have like forum gold because they sell particular types of like rare like loot, and people make a living off that.
Yeah, well, WoW was like that too. Gold farming.
It still is. That's the
I
that's the
wonder if
crazy
it'd be
thing.
just
It
as
still
profitable
is.
now, though.
Oh yeah, it is. I have a friend that does that with Path of Exile. He's got like a group of friends. So whenever there's like a new big expansion or something, they all get together and they're like, "All right, let's go get all this stuff, and then we'll sell it on the forums." They make like $8,000 or $10,000 a month.
Electrical grid is
Let's say
connected to the ground.
it's big money.
The output amount is just right for operating a command
Why are we
center.
not doing that?
So the Vulgus command
We've
center is
decided to
on
take
ground.
the short and
I'll let
narrow
them know.
path. That's why we're on YouTube. Alright, sweet.
I wonder. Oh, I reckon legit would like Destiny. Well, like
Wait, is it
before.
never we already played that?
He's never played it.
Oh. What?
He never played Destiny.
He didn't? Wait, you didn't legit?
I'm not a nerd.
Okay.
I like women.
I've touched the vagina before.
You just
Tell me
happen
that
to
I
be
didn't
shaped,
appreciate it,
fit like a vector, the .45 caliber.
Alright, where's the next mission?
I don't know. I've talked for too long. It's been like 34 minutes. Okay, I don't even know what the hell happened in the game. I was not paying attention.
Oh,
The
we
story
did some
episode.
mission.
All right, well, I guess that's probably a fine episode then. All right, if you got this far, why?
See you next time.
Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe, or else I'll Shoot, Bunny Pod. Up too late. I guess you don't have to do it anymore. What's this? Real mature.
Slurpee.
I had no energy.
Slurp me.
Cool. Alright.
That's
Bye.
back at me.
Bye. Bye.
See you next time.